Hi everyone, Jesse here with etrailer. Today we'll be taking a look at, and I'll show you how to install the SuperSprings Coil Sumo Springs on our 2015 Ram ProMaster 3500. These coil springs will help stiffen up the ride and the front of your rig. Even though we do have a lot of weight in the back of ours, it's always nice to have some extra support in the front. These accomplish that by slipping into the factory coil springs to provide a little bit of extra support. Similar to other SuperSprings products, these are going to be progressive, meaning that the more weight you put on them, the stiffer they'll get. That means that when you're just driving around, they're going to be nice and comfortable, but when you need that extra support, it's going to be there to help you out. They're also maintenance free and they're really durable. They're made of polyurethane, so once they're put into place, you really don't have to worry about them at all. It's going to be tough out here on the road with our suspension loaded to get a close look at it. Whenever we get to the installation, you'll be able to see them and really get to figure out how they work. Speaking of the installation, it's really a simple process. No special tools or anything. You just need a floor jack and a jack stand and maybe some soapy water to help get them slid into place. If it's not something that you're looking to do yourself, maybe you just don't feel safe getting your rig up in the air, that's fine. You can check out our dealer locator to find somebody local to you that will help you out. If you are looking to see how the installation process works, and just follow along and I'll walk you through it. Also, if you have experience with these and you just want to share that with us, if you like them or if you don't, please feel free to leave a review or a comment. To begin our installation, what we'll need to do is get the weight off of the wheel that we're working with, because as it sits with all the weight on it, we can't really access the coil spring at all. So there's a factory lifting point right here. We'll get that lifted up just enough so that the tire is off the ground, and then I'll throw a jack stand under it just to be safe. Now with the weight off of our tire here, I'll clean up our coil springs with some soapy water. This will also help lubricate it to get it to slide in better. So I'll spray it down and clean off any dirt. But with that, we can take our spring here, the grooves on it. You'll notice that one end is shallower than the other with this deeper end. That's going to be our bottom. So now we'll just kind of open it up and get it in place. These ProMasters don't really have a lot of space, so it will take quite a bit of effort, but usually once you get it started, you can just kind of work your way around and get it wrapped around that coil. So what I did with ours is I spread it out, then pushed with a lot of force on the center. That got the center pushed into our coils like it should, and then from there I should just be able to pull out on the edges and get it into place. It'll also help to rotate it and get it popped into place. And with this ProMaster, there's really not a lot of space between the coil spring and the body of the vehicle here. So what I'm going to do is just leave it so our opening is at the closest point there. That's just because I feel like it may rub against the body, and that's not something we want. Now we just need to get our jack stand out, lower it down, and then we'll repeat that same process on the other side. With both sides installed and our rig lowered down to the ground, that's going to do it for our look at and installation of the SuperSprings Coil Sumo Springs on the front of our 2015 Ram ProMaster 3500.